The truth is not for all men, but only for those who seek it. If you don't know, the thing to do is not to get scared, but to learn. Compromise now, because you'll have to later anyway. Don't ever get angry at a man for stating the truth. Wealth is the product of man's capacity to think. Contradictions do not exist. Whenever you think that you are facing a contradiction, check your premises. You will find that one of them is wrong. The senseless is the major factor in our lives. Every form of happiness is private. Every building is like person, single and unrepeatable. But a desire to choose the hardest might be a confession of weakness in itself. Existence is identity. Consciousness is identification. You never wanted me to be real. You never wanted anyone to be, but you didn't want to show it. There are no evil thoughts except one, the refusal to think. No one's happiness but my own is in my power to achieve or to destroy. This is the time to merge his self in a great current, in the rising tide, which is approaching to sweep us all, willing or unwilling, into the future. I am, I think, I will. No single one can possess greater wisdom than the many scholars who are elected by all men for their wisdom. Yet we do. Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have never been able to reach. It's the hardest thing in the world to do what we want, and it takes the greatest kind of courage. Never think of pain or danger or enemies a moment longer than is necessary to fight them. The world you desire can be won. It exists. It is real. It is possible. It's yours. Individual rights are the means subordinating society to moral law. Man, every man, is an end in himself. No man or group may initiate the use of physical force against others. The only proper purpose of a government is to protect man's rights. No one's rights can be secured by the violation of the rights of others. There's no way to rule innocent men. The only power government has is the power to crack down on criminals. The smallest minority on earth is the individual. Those who deny individual rights cannot claim to be defenders of minorities. The question isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. Learn to value yourself, which means fight for your happiness. Freedom to ask nothing, to expect nothing, to depend on nothing. A creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. The hardest thing to explain is the glaringly evident, which everybody has decided not to see. Devotion to the truth is the hallmark of morality. There is no greater, nobler, more heroic form of devotion than the act of a man who assumes the responsibility of thinking. Let me give you a tip on a clue to men's characters. The man who damns money has obtained it dishonorably. The man who respects it has earned it. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. I never found beauty in longing for the impossible, and never found the possible to be beyond my reach. I think, therefore I'll think. Integrity is the ability to stand by an idea. Patience is always rewarded, and romance is always round the corner. There is no such thing as a lousy job, only lousy men who don't care to do it. If one's actions are honest, one does not need the predated confidence of others. Rationalization is a process of not perceiving reality, but of attempting to make reality fit one's emotions. Joy is the goal of existence, and joy is not to be stumbled upon, but to be achieved, and the act of treason is to let its vision drown in the swamp of the moment's torture. It is not death that we wish to avoid, but life that we wish to live. Self-respect is something that can't be killed. The worst thing is to kill a man's pretense at it. One loses everything when one loses one's sense of humor. Within the extent of your knowledge, you are right. Art is a selective recreation of reality, according to an artist's metaphysical value judgments. Never ask people about your work.